Good morning, Homestead, and please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for a moment of silence.
What's up, Homestead? I'm Bailey Hauser.
And I'm Carson Schreiber.
And this is HHS On Demand for Friday, January 25th.
If you missed the driver education winter book sign up, there is still time to sign up. Parents can come into the treasurer's office during normal business hours and sign up, or students can come to treasurer's office and pick up a sheet and have parents sign it at home and return it to the treasurer's office before the first day of class, which is Monday, January 28th.
Seniors, it's back. Once again this year, you have the opportunity to purchase an ad space in Homestead High School's 2012-2013 yearbook to give congratulations and best wishes to your senior. This ad may include school-appropriate pictures and messages of any kind. However, the yearbook reserves the right to edit any ad. For more information, contact Brooks Schott or go to Publications Room 620 and ask for a form.
The SAT prep class will begin a new session on Wednesday, January 30th for verbal and Thursday, January 31st for math. Classes run for 5 weeks from 5:30 to 8 in the evening. Sign up for one or both sessions. Sign-up forms can be found in Student Services or with Mr. Staley in room 517.
And now, here is Matt Hamilton and Principal Lake here with another edition of In the Hot Seat.
What's up, everybody? It's Matt Hamilton here with Mr. Lake for another edition of In the Hot Seat with Mr. Lake. This week's question comes from an anonymous letter. It reads, with our student body growing, as well as our basketball teams having some great seasons lately, what does it take to get a gym that can actually accommodate our whole student body for like pep sessions and keep from having students and others turned away at the door due to a sellout? Kind of like what happened at the Columbia City game. So what's your response to that?
Well, most of you know I went to school here, and so to me, I would. The gym was built back in '68, and that's a long time ago, and it hasn't been added on to, and our enrollment has more than tripled since then. I think it's important that we look at that, and I know the school board in the past has looked at that, building a bigger gym. It's a lot more complicated than that. It requires taxpayer dollars. It's very expensive. It's millions of dollars to do that. And in the environment that we're in right now, politically, raising taxes is kind of a tough thing. So I've talked to Dr. Yeager about it. He's familiar with the situation. He would love to see something like that happen too. It's just, it's got to be a political environment and a community that is ready for that to happen before you go and do something like that.
But what about maybe other schools like Carroll? They just built a new gym. How are they able to do that?
Yeah, Carroll High School just went through a new remodel, and along with their remodel, what they did was they added in things like to add onto their gym and buy computer equipment, and that all came through their remodeling of their school. A few other things that are important, though, for everybody to remember. Right now, that's the gym that we have, and so we're going to have to do the best we can with that. We've got some big games coming up in the future. And I want to make sure that it's important that all of our kids get into the game to see it. I know the Columbia City game was huge, and we had to turn some people away. And I don't want to see that happen to our students. So the most important thing is that we get all of our kids there. So at the next couple of games, home games, it's been a lot of fun. The place has been rocking. It's been crazy. And so let's get everybody there. Get there early. Show up for the JV game. Support the JV team. Make a night out of it. Get there early. Get a seat. And then you won't have to worry about the doors being closed and not getting in.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lake.
You bet.
All right, that wraps up another edition of In the Hot Seat with Principal Lake. If you guys have any suggestions for questions I could ask Mr. Lake, you can submit them to room 600B, Mr. Schenkel's room. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Matt. Attention Art Club. We will be meeting again on Tuesday, January 29th from 2:45 to 3:45. Please join us with our new Modern Mona project to discuss the upcoming events. Please see Ms. Jones with questions.
Spartan Athletic Lockdown participants. There is a mandatory participant/parent meeting January 28th, 7 o'clock to 8 p.m. in the HHS Community Room. Bring your packets, questions, and enthusiasm to start this new tradition.
Attention all next year's football players. There will be a brief meeting on Thursday, January 31st in the community room at 6 p.m. for all players and parents. If you plan on playing football next season, please plan on attending. Again, Thursday, January 31st in the community room at 6 p.m.
Attention baseball players. Optional workouts next Tuesday and Thursday from 3:15 to 4:45. If you have any questions, please stop by and see Coach Bile in room 718.
And now here's Joe Laughlin with a message about journalism for next year.
Do you like to travel? Do you like to win awards? Do you like to hold awards? If so, then look into joining one of our student publications. Hey Homestead, while I'm not as ferocious or as large as Brian Hanford, I am asking you to help out your school. If you're interested in writing, editing, graphic design, or photography, I'd like to encourage you to try joining one of our student publications. The Spartana is one of the most prestigious newspapers in the country, and it's entirely student-led. The yearbook also has produced many quality books throughout the years and is entirely led by students from freshman through senior classes. Each year, the yearbook and the newspaper compete in and often win national competitions in cities across the country like Seattle, Portland, or even San Francisco this spring. Our staff members are highly involved in the school, and if you're looking to make a difference, I would highly encourage all freshmen, sophomores, and juniors to look into joining a journalism class. If you have any questions about recruitment, please come down to our room in 620 or email us at thespartana@gmail.com.
Thanks, Joe. And now here is the debut of Mixin' with Michael Zimmerman.
What's up, Homestead? I'm Michael Zimmerman, and I'm starting a new feature here on HHS On Demand. It is called Mixing with Michael. I go around Homestead's vast and wilderness cafeteria exploring different foods and mixing creative foods to make you guys a delicious meal. Well, let's roll the tapes to see what I've got in store for you guys this week. What's up, Homestead? I'm Greg Zimmerman, filling in for Michael Zimmerman. This is an edition of Mixing with Michael. Today on the menu, we have a very, very delicious meal that I'm ready to tell you guys about. This is called the Homestead High School Philly Cheesesteak. Yes, believe it or not, we have a 5-star menu, and featuring that is a Philly cheesesteak. Starting off, you must go to the subline and order a roast beef sandwich with just roast beef. Next, you need to go over to the pizza line and get some cheese. Then, you just take the cheese and you simply put it on the roast beef sandwich, as so. Now you take the knife from the subline and you just spread the cheese very, very evenly. You gotta get the cheese all around the roast beef because that spreads the flavor for this Philly cheese steak. Next, to add a little bit more flavor and nutrients, you gotta go to the grab and go line and get some peppers. Oh, is that cauliflower? We'll worry about that later. So, you simply take the pepper and you cut it into small pieces, as so. Next, you place the pepper on the cheese. And there you have a Philly cheesesteak. You just top off the bun, and there you go. Let's dig in, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Homestead, that wraps up this edition of Mixing with Michael. Now it's your turn. Go out, get all the ingredients for this 5-star Philly cheesesteak, create it, and let me know how it tastes. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Greg. Today's athletic events include boys freshman JV varsity basketball at home tonight versus DeKalb at 6:15. And speaking of the game, here is Brian Hanford with the theme for tonight.
What up, Homestead? I'm Brian Hanford. Tonight we've got our basketball game against DeKalb. As you can see, we are doing a sea of blue. Everybody's got to wear blue, and DeKalb has already started saying that they think they're going to beat us. So let's get everyone to go out and show them that they will not beat us. They think they're going to bring a big student section, and we are going to show them how big ours really is. Let's go, Homestead. 7:30. I'd show up by 7 if you want a good seat.
Tomorrow's athletic events include wrestling sectionals at New Haven at 9 o'clock a.m., girls gymnastics at the Chesterton Invitational at 11 o'clock a.m., girls freshman, JV, and varsity basketball at DeKalb at 6:15. And speaking of the girls basketball team, here is a feature on them.
What's up, Homestead? I'm here with Josie Fisher, sophomore on the Homestead girls basketball team. What is your role on the team?
I am the starting point guard.
And what is the pressure like being a sophomore?
Well, sometimes there's a lot of pressure just because our senior guard is hurt, and I feel like I have to fill her shoes, and she was a great player, one of the best to be at Homestead.
All right, Homestead, I'm Preston Wolf, and I'm here with Homestead girls basketball player Sydney Buck. Sydney, you guys lost Emily Bly, perhaps your guys' best player, due to injury for the entire season. How did your team prevail from that?
The younger girls definitely had to step up a lot more, and I had to take more of a leadership role, being the only junior and the oldest. But the younger girls have been doing a really good job of stepping up.
What is your goal for this girls basketball season?
We definitely want to win our sectional, and we feel like once we do that, we should be able to get to at least semi-state and hopefully the state finals.
All right, Homestead, you heard it yourself. Next week, Tuesday at 7:30 is senior night for girls basketball. We got a big game coming up against Snyder, and they're pretty good this year. Just remember to come out on Tuesday and support your girls basketball team. I'm Preston Wolf.
And I'm Will Hallenstein.
And that was your girls basketball feature of the week.
That wraps up this edition of HHS On Demand. I'm Carson Schreiber.
And I'm Bailey Hauser.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.